Hey guys, it's Angel and I have more Mermaid Squad nails using my Collab stamping plate with Bundle Monster. But before we transform into our mermaid selves, I wanted to remind you guys about my current giveaway in case you haven't entered yet. It's a super easy entry. Subscribe to me here on YouTube, plus fill out the entry form listed below for one entry, or follow me on Instagram, plus fill out the entry form listed below for one entry. You don't need to follow me on both, but if you do, that counts as 2 entries. And as a bonus entry, you can follow me on Twitter. So if you do all 3, that counts as 1, 2, 3 entries. I also have a video showing my stamping plate in depth with more info about the giveaway. It's linked down below if you're like, oh my god, I need more info. So finally, here are the nails I'll be showing you guys today. I was so excited to do this mani because this mermaid image is what I designed this whole entire collab plate around. Alright, let's get started. For my base coat, I used OPI Natural Nail Base Coat, and then I applied 2 coats of OPI Alpine Snow. You can get OPI and other mainstream brands like China Glaze and Color Club and Orly at hbbeautybar.com, and you can use my code TWISTAR for 15% off. Oh girl, my cuticles are looking real dry right here. To protect my skin from the stamping I'm about to do, I applied Bundle Monster Poli-peel Liquid Latex. And then to prep the nail for stamping, I applied 1 coat of Yellow Stopper Base Coat because this gives the nail a tacky surface and it allows you to let the polish dry on the stamper, and then it will still transfer to your nail. Life-changing tip, let me tell you. And then for the exciting part, time to stamp my favorite little mermaid, and I used my favorite clear stamper from Clear Jelly Stamper. It's linked down below. I didn't want any of the background images to transfer to the nail, so to remove them from the stamper, I just used a piece of Scotch tape. And guys, I can't even tell you how excited I was to stamp her onto my nail. I have been looking forward to this since I began working on this collaboration back in January. It's been that long. I was tempted to sing Part of Your World here, but I didn't want to make your ears bleed. You're welcome. And what you're about to see next was almost a disaster. So I'm just going along like everything's cool, about to stamp a torso, and I press the stamper down and go to lift it up, and I realize, oh my god, I forgot to apply the Yellow Stopper Base Coat. So I'm stamping this dry as my cuticles earlier polish onto a nail, and it is not sticking. So of course I tried to save it because I'm lazy and I don't want to repaint that nail. So I just kind of rocked the stamper to the side and just tried to get the polish to release from the stamper, and it did, as you can see, but it's not a perfect stamp. But I was like, I'm cool with it. Then I just used my fingers to push down those little pieces of the arms. And also of note, I removed the fin from my stamper because I didn't want the fin to show on this nail. I wanted it to just be on the pinky. Then I added more of her hair to my index nail, and I guess I forgot to film my pinky nail that I stamped. Oh well, it has the fin. Then I topped all nails with HK Girl Quick Dry Top Coat. I like to do this when I'm working with Sharpies because I feel like the Sharpies just apply better over a smooth top coat. And then to dilute the Sharpie, since we're going to be doing kind of a watercolor technique, I used 91% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. The higher percentage, the better. The lower percentages that most people have don't really work as well. This is also known as surgical spirits in other parts of the world. And then I like to use a little Dappen dish to hold my rubbing alcohol, and I just squirted it all over my work surface. Let me just clean this up. Nothing to see here, folks. Then I like to take my Sharpie markers and draw onto some tinfoil pieces, and the tinfoil acts as like a paint palette so that you can add the isopropyl rubbing alcohol to it and make a little watercolor solution. Using a fine nail art brush, you want to dip into your rubbing alcohol and then add that little drop of rubbing alcohol to the Sharpie on the tinfoil and kind of smear it all around and pick up some of that Sharpie color onto the brush. Now that you have the Sharpie on the brush, you can begin painting your adult coloring book mermaids. The alcohol does dry really fast, which ends up being a good and a bad thing. The good thing is then it dries on the nail really fast and you don't have to worry about it smearing. The bad thing is that you have to keep dipping your brush back into the alcohol and redissolving that Sharpie on the tinfoil. But really, it's not that big of a deal because this doesn't take that long. I think this nail only took like maybe 2 minutes to finish. Moving on to the red for the hair, and whoa, you can see this one a lot better on the tinfoil. And then I just used the same technique like I used on her body, dipping the brush into the alcohol, going to the tinfoil with the Sharpie, back and forth, over and over and over again. I try to avoid painting over the black polish as much as possible, especially with this red Sharpie, because the red Sharpie tends to almost give the black stamping like a tint to it. It'll give it like a glowy tint, so don't just paint in the whole area at once. Try to avoid the black stamping as much as you can. Moving on to her torso. For her tail, I used a grass green Sharpie. Again, same technique. This is kind of getting boring now, so I'm just gonna speed this up some. And then for the little mermaid tail belt, I don't even know what you would call that area, I switched to a mint colored Sharpie. And back to more of the peachy colored for her skin. And then onto the famous purple seashell bra. It's probably Ariel's second most identifiable feature besides her red hair, and everybody wants to know, Ariel, what is under those shells? And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping and dancing. My goal is that some of the people watching this tutorial are confused by what I just said. And last but not least, we have more of her red hair on my index nail. And now that my nails are all Sharpie colored in, it was time to add my HK Girl Quick Dry Top Coat to top everything off. And ruh-roh. So I forgot that regular top coat changes red Sharpie to orange. And Ariel doesn't have orange hair, she has red hair. So what I did to try to fix this situation is I went back and I added more of the red Sharpie on top of this top coat. Then I grabbed my water-based top coat, little Ondine, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's linked down below. And I add that on top of the red Sharpie, and as you can see, it still changed the red Sharpie a little bit in color, but I think it still looks more red than orange. So I don't know, if you guys know how to prevent the red Sharpie from changing colors, let me know. And here are my finished Sharpie mermaid nails using my collaboration plate with Bundle Monster. Like I said earlier, I designed my entire collaboration plate around this image because, let's face it, I can't freehand to save my life, yet I've seen such amazing freehand mermaid nails and I wanted mermaids on my nails too. So this mani is dedicated to all you people that can't freehand. Ha! We're taking back nail art. If you want to see more Sharpie nail art, I have an entire playlist dedicated to Sharpie nails. I will link it down below. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at twy_star. And don't forget to enter my giveaway. It ends September 16th. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! And as a mermaid, you'll need treasure and also dinglehoppers to brush your hair. And oh look, it's the ship carrying the love of your life, the prince. And here come your sisters that aren't as cute as you and your douchebag father always carrying around that trident.